On the hunt for the thrill of the chase. In the stillness of the air, we find our place. With focus and precision, we take our stance. Oh. All right, guys, it's Outdoors DM. Let's start this show. You ready? I got a new song for you this week. Listen in. Roots on the dirt and the truck bed loaded tight. Chasing that first red line of dawn into the light. Turkey in the timber, rockell moving through the haze. Every mile we rode just feeds the fire that stays. Grab your gear and call your crew. The wild is waiting out there for you. Outdoor Call Radio, turn it up loud. All right, welcome to this week's edition of Buck Talk Radio with Outdoors Dan on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's doing really, really well this week. It is Wednesday already. Can you believe it's Wednesday already? This week is flying by. Hope everyone's doing well. We are doing a lot of stuff going on right now. I had to change it on the network again. Facebook is being a booger. It would not let me put it on the Outdoor Call Radio app Facebook page. So I will try and change that again later. I don't know why it's doing that. So, but I will share the show on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. It's on Dan Young right now. And sorry for the confusion. We're probably going to have to let a lot of people just watch on the replay. All right, just real quick, the show is brought to you by our good friends out at Rupert's Rut and Peace, Grunt Calls, Winscent, Predator Camo, Gearhead Archery, Face Off E-Bikes, Racks and Tracks Taxidermy, Kool-Aid Archery, Fourth Arrow, Norlander Socks, and Weeby Knives, just to name a few of the fine folks that help us do the outdoor shows every week. We couldn't do it without them, so please patronize them when you can. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about trail cams. A lot of buzz going around right now. We got those new rules implementing February 1st next year. Everybody's freaking out saying Iowa's banning trail cameras. They are and they're not. They are and they're not. So we're going to talk about that here in a second and go from there. So other than that, I got some contests to tell you about. I got some other stuff I can throw at you. And no, I have marked another day safe from the Iowa State Fair. There you go. Everybody's having fun down there. Cookie's Speed's having a good time. He's having a heck of a good time down there. So it's just us. A lot of the folks are at the fair working. So Philip, I believe, is out at Chris's out at Slim Knox County Whitetails. He's doing some stuff, and so it's this is going to be a kind of a short show today, but that's all right. Jinx Some Sense has got a show on tonight at 7. So make sure you check that out and see what Sean and Dawn is doing. You'll be able to watch that on their social media on Facebook. So, all right. So the Iowa Natural Resource Commission approved a new rule back in this month prohibiting trail cameras on state-managed game management areas, GMAs, and Iowa Department of Natural Resource property. So basically, public ground is where you're going to get into these situations. Now, I know what the Conservation Commission's reasonings are for that. I'll tell you that here in a second. I've heard from, I kind of get both sides being on the show. I hear from you, the listeners, a lot. Then I hear from the DNR folks. I hear from some of the people on the that work with the commissioners. So I kind of get a hodgepodge of everything going on affecting people. The situation is a lot of the folks are upset because there are some non-resident folks that are hunting on public ground that are coming into Iowa a couple months before the season, and they're putting mineral out, they're putting food out, baiting, and they're putting their cameras, their cellular cameras, and then they're leaving. And then one of the biggest complaints or biggest gripes that I'm getting is from the folks that want to take their kids in youth season, early season, and when they go out, they're finding themselves in front of trail cameras and mineral sites or baiting sites, and they legally can't hunt that. And they're getting into where this is getting to be a kind of a problem. So that's the buzz I'm hearing from a lot of the folks, why this got started or why this was proposed. Okay. Now, for everybody that hunts on private ground, this does not affect you one way or another. If you're leasing ground, if you have your own farms in Iowa, then you can use any trail camera you want, cellular, non-cellular. It does not affect you. This is only going to affect people that are using. Basically, you got to look at it like a public land ban for cameras, because if it's public ground, you're not going to be able to use your trail cameras. So this is going to take effect February 1st of next year, 2027. State managed ground management areas, public hunting grounds, those are the folks that are going to have to put up with it. And you know what? There's the only thing you can do is try to get somebody to override that again in a year or two, or if you're being affected and you're not happy about it. Private property is totally exempt. Traditional and non-cellular cameras remain legal on all private land with existing restriction on activating a live hunt. So basically, you can't use it in conjunction with aiding in a live hunt. So just be aware of that rule. But other than that, cameras. Here's the other exception: cameras affected or operated directly by DNR staff or authorized agents. So they can go out and use them and scout for you to see if you're doing anything wrong. Or biologists are putting stuff out. They're still going to be able to do it on public ground. So there you go. Crowding and competition. Growing numbers of unintended cameras on public property created or user conflicts and competitive competition for spots, basically. And concerns over hunters gaining an unfair technical advantage or leaving unabandoned gear behind. I don't know too many people that don't go back and get their cameras. I could be totally wrong on that. I don't know, but I wouldn't leave. Would you leave a $200 camera out there? I would not leave a $200 camera out there. I wouldn't. But that's the gist of the camera rules. So it's not a statewide ban on everything. That is not true. A lot of folks were upset about that. Well, hey Dan, we got cameras out. Are we going to get tickets written? And as long as you're on private ground, you do not have to worry about it. I promise you that. You do not have to worry about it. So there you go. I've got some people asking me about what am I going to use for decoys for scents. Well, the one thing I'm going to use, I will tell you this, is I will be using my WinScent 3.0 unit with a Jinxum cartridge on there. So as soon as I see what's available, Jinxum's got out. I know they've released some new scents. I will be using that in addition with my deer decoys. Now, I am going to do a little something different this year, and I talked about this on. When did I have Sean on? I think. Oh, we did the Healthy Herd show on Monday, and or Tuesday, yesterday, and we talked a little bit about this. And I am a totally sold person on decoy use for. You want to add an extra layer of excitement or an element to your hunt. Deer decoying is the bomb. I mean, you're gonna have and see some things that if you did not have a decoy out, it's amazing. Now I use Dave Smith decoys. I'm very transparent about that. I've been using them for a long time. I got deer consistently going up to around my decoys feeding, and just they don't spook them. I've had once or time where they'll come in wary, they'll come and circle downwind. This is why I do what I do. You want that decoy to smell like a real deer. Hey, Chris Lewandowski. Good evening, buddy, in Pennsylvania. You want that deer to smell like a real deer. So a decoy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dabs that Jinxum Scents has, and they've got one called Warlock and one called Summoning. Warlock is a regular tarsal gland. It's not a rutting tarsal gland scent. Okay, so early season, 1st or mid-October, I'm going to put that Warlock dabs out about 1.5 feet from where my buck decoy is. And then I'm going to take the Warlock liquid and I'm going to put that on the corn or the bean stalks or whatever I can. Hi, Gary Peck. What are you doing there, buddy? Boy, Gary's got bears, man. Gary, I'm going bear hunting up there next year. I'll get drawn because I got 7 or 8 points. And Hilly from Triple H is going with me. So me and Hilly are going to go up and see Gary next year. But he's got bears. He sent me a picture the other night. He had 3 or 4 big old nice bears on him. He's loaded for bear. That's right. So he'll be bear hunting here pretty quick, September 1st. So I'm going to take that Warlock liquid and I'm going to put that on up and on the vegetation, and that'll help keep that scent going. So because when them bucks come in to check out the wind, they'll check the wind, get the wind in their nose, and then when they smell that tarsal gland, they're going to think that's just a real deer, and then they'll come in. I had a giant 2 years ago. If you watch Bowstring Adventures, I think Ryan put that in there. I had a 155, 160 class deer, about a 5.5 year old mature buck, feeding 15 feet from my decoy for half an hour. And I talked myself out of taking him. So it works, folks. The thing is, before you take your decoys out, you want to make sure that you give them a good wash with a non-smelling scent, and then take your deer out and hide your decoy out and hide it where you're hunting and let it weather. Let it smell like the woods. I put it right by a little creek. Let the creek come up and touch it a little bit and let the leaves and the dirt, and yeah, I want it to smell like it's actually in the woods. Hey Daryl, what's going on, buddy, in Oklahoma? I got my order into Jinxum. It is en route. The vest is awesome also. Thank you. Oh, my new that I'm starting to get all my fall gear in. And that's this is my new Predator. I've been waiting over a year for this vest. Predator came out with these vests and they sold out real quick last year. And I said, I'm going to get one. Actually, I went and bought another one yesterday because the green one, I'm going to wear the green one early season. And then when we get into mid to late October, I'll switch over to this. But I want to wear the green one. And then I'll wear the green one when I'm turkey hunting next spring. But I love these vests, man. These things, I'll talk more about that in a second. The Warlock and the Summoning is what you're going to want to do if you're decoying, okay? And then Tony, what's going on, buddy? If you're going to use a doe decoy, you want to go back and use the doomed, which is the doe tart interdigital gland scent. That's in between her hooves, the interdigitals. And then that's gonna have that doe scent, okay? And put that there, and then you can also take when you get into the 18th to the 20th or 21st of October, you can start using Bewitched, or you can start using the Ecstasy, the doe and the doe estrus. Don't put it on the decoy doe. Put it behind the decoy. Now I've got a bedded decoy that I'm going to use with my buck decoy when we get into when it's Halloween week. I'm going to put that buck decoy and I'm going to put that bedded decoy right there like he's got her pinned. And if I get a mature buck to come in when I'm rattling, if he sees that, he's going to come downwind and I should get an opportunity. That's going to be my setup. Um, Early season, if I want to use a doe decoy, I'll use my regular standing doe. When we get into late season and they're feeding, I'll put that doe decoy out, and hopefully then bucks will still come in, mid or late October or November, and start, try to breed that decoy. So those are the scents that I'm going to use on those decoys. Okay. So there you go. All right. So we covered the trail cameras. I told you this was going to be a quick show today. I covered the trail cam rule changes. We'll talk about it again on Saturday on 8 to 10 on Saturday morning. The Predator vest, like I told you, this is that new vest that they got out. They are going quick. If you are a vest guy like I am, if you want a great vest for layering, I'm just telling you right now, go on to predatorcamo.com and use. I put a code word on Facebook. I'll get you 20% off. But like the green one I just ordered, I think they only had 5 left in my size. And I will tell you, they fit a little small. So if you're a 2X, I got a 3X. Now I just lost about almost 20 pounds. And it's a little loose on me, but that's okay. That means I can layer. I don't want it super snug tight. But if you're going to order the jacket, any of the jackets, the coats, or the vest, just be aware that they're going to fit tight because they're tapered, they're cut different. But I'm just telling you, they're the most comfortable camo I've ever worn in my life, and Predator's been around for years. The camo, you can go hunt anywhere with Predator and still be okay. I'm going to tell you real quickly. It's a insulate vest is the name of this, okay? And this was actually the brown, and then was it the brown? I think so. My size, I can't wait. There you go, Chris. Yeah, if you're a 2X, get a 3X. If you're a 3X, if you can get one bigger. And I know I'm going to gain some of that weight back when I quit doing what I'm doing. But I'm just telling you right now, they do everything. You're going to love the camo. I mean, it's super comfortable, and it's going to keep you warm. It's going to keep you dry, and it's going to keep you hidden. Everything that you would ever want to know about that, you're going to be good. And I'm going to tell you what color this is. I just had Jack ask me what color this is. And I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, this is I got a brown deception coming. I ordered the green. This one right here is the fall brown. The fall brown I'm wearing. Okay? All right. But if you want the green, I would get it now and use that code word. How many muzzleloader friends I got out there? How many muzzleloader people? How many muzzleloaders? Rick, how's it going, mailman? Good to see you. We are going to give away a 50 cal CVA muzzleloader this year on the show. I already got it ordered. I went down to Archery Field and Sports. So you're going to want to listen in. We'll start qualifying listeners in September. I'll probably have a phrase that pays playing here, or I'll do something where you got to listen on Buck Talk Radio on Wednesdays or listen on Saturday. Okay, so Wednesdays or Saturday. And I probably will have an extra way for you, whether it's with Weeby knives or Modern Spartan Systems. If you want to buy like a muzzleloading starter cleaning kit, I'll put your name in the drawing for that too. And you're going to get a great cleaning kit. If you can shoot a muzzleloader, you should be using that anyway. Nothing cleans a firearm like that Modern Spartan System starter kit. I promise you, that is an absolute truth. If you use another brand and clean it and go back and clean it with that carbon destroyer and carbon blaster, you're still going to get residue off. You're going to be shocked. It really works great. And that Accuracy oil does well too. All right, so anyway, I want to say congratulations to Dwayne Brown. He was the winner for the Gearhead Bow Grab. He got a bow for his brother, and his brother is all happy. Got a new carbon 24 or 20 Gearhead, and I just took a big prize pack down to Archery Field and Sports for them, and I couldn't be more happier for him. Good way to go, and thanks for everybody who took part in that. And I think I'm all good, guys. I think I got everything in I wanted to. Sean and Dawn is on at 7. What are we, 16? Yeah, I want to go about 16 tonight. So make sure you check that out. And we're also, don't forget the shoulder mount contest will start September 15th. Okay, with Racks and Tracks Taxidermy, we're going to give somebody a $750 deer mount. Courtesy of them and the show. Mike's Meats is also coming on board with some stuff. And I think that's it. The Iowa Jeep Show is going to be September 11th through the 13th in Garwin, Iowa. Don't forget to check that out. Unknown Files is on at 7 as well tonight. That's going to be playing for you with Illinois Paranormal, brought to you by Revelton, the official spirits of that show. Official spirits. Other than that, I think we're good. All right, you guys be good. I'll see you soon. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, keep it here on the Outdoor Call Radio and get those screenshots. I'll tell you what. I should tell you. I'll tell you tomorrow or Friday what the prize is. I'm gonna keep you in suspense, but it's a good one. Anyway, I will see you soon. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks, everybody.